Hey everybody, I hope you are well and keeping cool. It is hot today. It will be hot the rest of this week, and it's even hotter really than the temperature says because of some humidity in the air. And it is serious enough that the governor has activated Connecticut's extreme hot weather protocol. I will put more information in the newsletter about what that means for our area, but basically we will provide additional resources to people who might not have the ability to cool down where you live. If you're outside, be careful. I'll put some protocols in here. I'm gonna call around to towns and try to figure out exactly what's on offer in our various towns, but a lot of libraries are acting as cooling centers for the community because it is quite hot. I was out yesterday walking around a lot in Washington, and it was a long walk away from I left my water bottle, which I keep in my car, and at the end of that walk it was you feel that you are waterlogged from sweating, and it is hot, and it drains you and can really make you kind of foggy. So please take extra precautions to take care of yourself during this, because it's going to hang with us for a little while. Lots of events last week. A lot of graduations and legislative reception. I also just want to make a note here about the time of year that it is. There's lots of local events going on, as I'll mention in a minute, but also it is campaign season. So I also have some campaign related events, both for my own campaign and also for those of others that I'm supporting. And I don't mention those here because this weekly video is for my state legislative office. And so if you see me attending other events that aren't mentioned here, that's because I'm trying to keep those two parts of my job separate. One, essentially an extended job interview to run for office, and the other to act as your state representative for the remainder of this term. So here in this video, I'm just talking about the events that relate to my job as your state rep. So upcoming, shifting from a lot of graduations, which I'm sure they're glad are not happening in this heat, I have several meetings this week that have to do with the impact of state legislation, both new and old, on local organizations. I'm meeting with the Sharon Board of Finance tonight about education related legislation and spending requirements, budgeting requirements, and also a meeting with some affordable housing advocates regarding the homestead tax exemption that we passed this year that allows towns to create tax benefits to primary homeowners as a way to help make things more affordable for people who live here. So those are always really interesting. It's because I get to spend more time in the district. It's a good opportunity to understand how what we do in Hartford has real effects and what we can do to make it work better. There's also a ton of events this weekend. On Saturday, there's Breakfast on the Farm, which is it's at Canaan View Dairy and Freund's Farm Market from 9 to 12, where you eat. It's a real farm-to-table experience, eating breakfast at the farm. In Washington, Pride on the Washington Green on Kirby Road at the Washington Congregational Church is always a really nice event, and another one of several Pride Month related events in the district, and 2 parties for fire departments, our fantastic volunteer fire departments that really keep us all safe and are the fire and ambulance volunteer services, the heart and soul of our communities. It's the 100th birthday of the Falls Village Department, so happy 100th birthday. That is pretty amazing. They're having a centennial gala on Saturday night, and the Cornwall Fire Department's having their banquet at Mohawk on Sunday. And then the big event for us legislators next week on June 27th is special session. At the moment, we will be returning for a very narrow agenda, but as you can imagine, anytime you open up an agenda and set the table for a session, everybody's got something that we want fixed. And we in particular, in the Finance Committee, I think I've described this in earlier, had a bunch of fixes to things that we thought were really good. Improvements to legislation, very, solid bipartisan work that we'd love to see that didn't pass, that we scrambled to get passed in the House, but didn't get taken up in the Senate at the last minute. So we'd love to have that as part of the call. But I also understand that, everybody's got a wish list. And so I think we'll balance it and keep it focused on things that really need to get addressed. And of course, tomorrow is Juneteenth, which is both a state and federal holiday celebrating the end of slavery, which is always one of those holidays, you know, it's hard to believe that I, growing up in Ohio, did not celebrate that holiday. Didn't even hear of its existence. So very proud that we in Connecticut are foregrounding that now and having a party to honor that important date. So hope you have a great day tomorrow and see you soon.